If you're looking for more purpose and meaning in your life, or you've dreamt about starting your own business, or make a change to the perfect life that you just don't like anymore, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to give you my tips on how to drown out the noise and learn to tap into your own inner wisdom so that you can finally start living the life that you've dreamed for yourself. And if you're anything like me, you've probably felt a calling to do something more meaningful with your life. Maybe you feel like you've been playing it too small and you know deep down that you are capable of so much more. Maybe you have a calling to help more people. You've probably tossed around so many ideas in your head. Maybe you have too many ideas, or you have no idea at all and you feel lost. All I can say, ladies, is if there is anything that we all must understand and believe, is that you know what you want. Some of the biggest problems that we face as women is that we don't trust in our inner guide. We spend too much time worried about what people think. We create a life to try to live up to other people's expectations. And we lose confidence in ourselves and our abilities to work for what we dream of. We don't feel like we're good enough or worthy enough to have great things in our life. But the thing is, once we remove all of that, we are powerful and we are resilient. And deep down, that calling isn't nothing. It's something. And we just need to learn to listen. Because if we don't, we will end up old and grey on a rocking chair, regretting all the things that we didn't have the courage to do. So it's time, ladies, to hone in on that wisdom that is yours. And you know what you need to do, so let me help you get there. Step 1 is to get out of your head. When you feel that you need or want to go down a particular path in life, go with the feeling. Ignore that mental noise in your head. I know you have it. It's the voice that tells you that, oh, you couldn't possibly do that. Or that's too much work. Where will I find the time? Or you don't even know what you're doing. You're not smart enough. Or that voice that says, what will people think of me if I followed my heart? Or how am I going to make money out of this? Or that voice that says, I'm too old or I'm too young. Ladies, all I can say is that's all excuses. That's your mind that's trying to keep you within your comfort zone. But an extraordinary life lives outside of your comfort zone. So you've got to face your fears and insecurities if you really want to change your life. So my tip is firstly to ignore the thoughts and follow the feeling. And when you're following the feeling, whether it's butterflies or a deep knowing or excitement or joy, don't question it, just follow it, because that's the path that you need to take. Step 2, walk amongst nature. There's something about nature that is truly healing. So if you can find a park or a bush or a tree, take yourself for a walk. Don't listen to music or podcasts or audios. Just walk amongst nature and listen to the birds. Listen to the rustling of the trees as the wind blows through the leaves. Listen to the sounds of the ocean or the lapping of the waves if you're lucky to be close to water. And breathe in the fresh air and just be. Try to remove those thoughts by living in the moment. And that means looking around you, watching the caterpillars crawl on the leaf, watching the drops of rain fall on the leaf. And when you live in the moment, it's crazy how you will open your mind. It is here where I usually download loads of ideas about my business. There are many scientific and philosophical studies that show that when you sit beside a tree, your mind opens and thoughts will just flow when you connect. So give that a go. And make sure you bring a notebook and pen so that you can write it all down. And when you write, be sure to just let it all flow and take your mind out of the equation, because you never know what might flow into your mind. Step number 3, meditate. I have watched countless interviews of extremely successful people, and they always say that they start the day with meditation. 80% of how you live your life and the success of your life is through inner work, how we think and how we feel. Meditation can not only allow us to go inwards, it helps with negative thoughts and emotions, and it quietens the mind, and it allows us to connect with ourselves on a deeper level. So allow at least 10 to 20 minutes of your morning and meditate. Even if you think that you can't sit still or your mind is racing and that you couldn't possibly meditate, just do it anyway. It does get easier with practice. I also want you to keep track of the thoughts and ideas and feelings that you have when you meditate. Meditation allows you to send a signal out to the universe, and it changes your energy, and it allows you to attract positive energy into your life, whether it's people, ideas, or opportunities. Magic happens when you meditate, and you remember to write it all down. Step number 4 is Ikigai. I remember a few years ago, I read this book called Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. And our Ikigai is supposedly the reason why we get up in the morning. And when you're able to find that, you'll create a more purposeful and meaningful life. Now, the concept is that Ikigai falls in the intersection between what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. And where they intersect is passion. It's that intersection between what you love and what you're good at. Then we've got mission, which is the intersection between what you love and what the world needs. Then there's profession, which is the intersection between what you can be paid for and what you're good at. And then there's vocation, which is the intersection between what the world needs and what you can be paid for. So Ikigai is the harmonious balance that allows you to be fulfilled and feel useful and be financially secure all at once. So my exercise for you is to grab yourself a notebook and pen and let's start brainstorming. Answer these questions with your heart and not your mind. And remember to just let it all flow. And you can pause this video as you do these exercises and just play when you're ready for the next question. So my first question is, what do you love? Write down things that make you lose track of time when you're doing them. Things that keep you in flow. Yep. Think of when you were young even. What did you enjoy doing as a child that you may have not had time to do as an adult? What are you good at? Write down your natural skills and talents. These are the things that people ask you for help. Maybe you're good at gathering people together, or perhaps you might be a good listener, or maybe you're naturally good at creating things. Write it all down. Next question is, what does the world need? So think about the problems in the world that you are drawn to solve, or one that pulls at your heartstrings. What are you naturally good at or talented at that can help others? Maybe you've experienced challenges and difficulties in your life that you can help others with who are also experiencing these things. Write all your ideas down on paper. And then finally, ask yourself, what can you be paid for? Now, this is important, right? Because you also need to live and survive in this world. I mean, it's great to have a passion and live it, but it's also important to put food on the table and a roof over your head. So see what you can come up with. Okay, so by now, you've probably got a whole bunch of ideas on paper. What I don't want you to do is to hop onto AI and ask questions like, which idea is going to make me rich, or which idea is going to be successful, because it's going to confuse you and mess around with your head again. So remember, the key is to follow the feeling. So whatever feels right for you, that's the path to take. In my next video, I'll walk you through how you can get your ideas off the ground without feeling too overwhelmed In my next video, I'll walk you through how you can get your ideas off the ground without feeling too overwhelmed or without blowing your whole life. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. And in the meantime, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel if you want to be part of my 30-day challenge to get daily tips on how to get your life back on track and feel truly aligned. And if you don't want to wait 30 days and you want to get started now, you can book a free strategy call with me in the link in the description below, and we can dive deep right away. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Until we meet again, live wild, live free, wild woman run free. See you in my next video.